Hello everyone. To create this tag, what you're going to do is you're going to take your number 8 tag. You can cut it with a Tim Holtz tag die number 8, and you're just going to take your distress tool and distress the edges of the tag. You can use a manila or a white, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to take the paper and you're going to cut it 3 3/4 by 7 3/4, so your pattern paper. And so you're just going to use a regular cutter to cut that up. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to distress the edges of that paper the same way that you did on the tag, so that it kind of has a unison kind of look. And I love this Prima tool because it is just so versatile. As you can see, what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of buffing the paper, and it's got different kind of heads where you can create different buffering effects on it. So I just really love this tool. It's for sure one of my favorites. I use it in almost every project. And then you're going to line up your tag and you're going to cut the ends off on each side. You're going to apply some tape adhesive to the back side and apply it right onto the tag. This is some smooch ink, which is really, really fun to use. This paper is so much fun because it's got the really awesome white images on it, so they're really fun to paint. So you can take any paint medium that you want, but this is really, really fun. And this comes in the kit. So what you're going to do is very gently, you want to make sure that there's almost no ink left. As you can see, there's a little droplet there that I had dropped down. So now, in order to continue to paint my tag, I'm just going to grab it from that little ink spot because it is so concentrated. You don't need a whole lot. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the entire leaves and flowers that are on that tag with this ink. So I'm not going to do it all on camera, but I wanted to show you a little bit of what I was doing. So I'll be finishing that off camera. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take some of the cheesecloth. You guys know how much I love my cheesecloth. And you're just going to cut it up and kind of rip it apart. Just use your fingers and kind of create holes in it and get it really nice and grungy, I guess you could say, until you kind of like the look. You're going to take some seagrass green Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst spray, and it just goes perfectly with this collection. It's such a beautiful color. And you're just going to give it a nice little spray. And then you're going to go ahead and heat it up with your heat gun. And I really like this spray because it's got more of a pearl finish versus a shimmery finish. So it's really, really pretty. And here I'm using Beacon 3-in-1 to just apply it down onto my tag. Next, I cut up some pieces already from the kit that I had left over from the layouts that I had created, as you had seen on my blog. And I'm just kind of playing around with the position of the paper. Next, I've cut out all the different embellishments. So this I'm going to spray with a little bit of Glitz Royal Peacock Fire, and again with the seagrass green. Really pretty. It's kind of like a pink and a green together, and it creates a very beautiful effect, and it completely matches the collection. And I'm doing the same with the leaves that come in your kit, and just blotting it out with a little bit of my paper towel. And I'm just kind of playing around right now with the positioning of my embellishments, and I'm applying the flower again with the 3-in-1 glue. Those leaves are really, really beautiful. They just kind of give the tag a little accent without it being so bold. And this is a really cute little happy birthday tag. The paper comes with so many little sentiments, and so this is the one that I particularly used. I love this foam tape. And that foam tape, I actually got it from Kinder Stampo, and I'll post the link below. It's such an awesome little foam tape, and I know she sells it in her store, so you guys must go check that out. And then the same thing, that I cut out from the paper as well. And I fussy cutted everything off camera so I wouldn't have to bore you while I'm fussy cutting. And I'm just kind of playing around and seeing where I like it to be. And this tag was created all by using different pieces that were left over from designing my pages. And then I'm just tucking them underneath, again using a little bit more foam tape to ensure that they're dimensional. And then I have these cute little tiny flowers that were included in the kit. And then giving them a quick little spray so that they match with the paper line and the other flower that is already on the tag. And then applying them with a little bit of the 3-in-1 glue. And then now I'm going to apply all of them throughout my page, just as you see. And it is a little bit stringy, so, but I do quite like the glue because it really holds together. And these are the cute little leaves that you'll receive in the kit. They're so stunning. They're kind of like a beautiful brown. Pearlized brown, I guess you could say. One of my favorite things that I keep in my stash all the time, which comes in your kit, is this awesome tape by Tim Holtz, and I just love it. This film strip is just awesome. So fun to play with. Sometimes a little bit hard to adhere. I'm using glue dots here. Later, after the tag was completed, I had to reinforce with a little bit of 3-in-1. So you'll have to play around with it and see what adhesive you like the best for it. But I just kind of wanted to play with it and twist it around, and I just love playing with it so much. I use it so often. One of my absolute favorite things that is a must-have in my stash. Just tucking it underneath. It's quite a heavy piece of acrylic, so sometimes it's kind of hard to maneuver. Had a little bit of a piece left over, so I really wanted to put some on the bottom. And you may need to use a couple glue dots until it's quite adhered. That's what we have so far. In your kit is included these amazing little clothespins by Prima. They're some of my favorite little embellishments that Prima has. And all this comes in your kit. And I was kind of playing around with it. I didn't know where I wanted it to fit. Eventually I found a little place that I wanted it to go. In your kit, you'll also have, what's included is some of this beautiful seam binding that's all scrunched up already. And I'm just putting it through using my scissors, trying to get it through the holes. And then as well, you'll have this beautiful, it's kind of like a string, really fun to play with. You just have to watch that it doesn't unravel if you're going to put it through a tiny little hole like this. So I was just struggling trying to put it through the hole. But I finally got it. Didn't win. I won. Just cutting that piece off. And then I'm just spraying it with a little bit of that green so that it blends with the rest of the tag, and just a little bit of the pink as well. Last but not least, these cute little buttons, wooden buttons by Prima again, and just putting a little bit of that string through just so that it ties it all together, and kind of tucking them underneath just to give it a little last embellishment. And just tucking it underneath that flower, just like so. This is how the tag turned out. Thank you so much